Welcome to the Vol Bros. My name is Evan. This is my brother Rustin. We are two Vol Bros who are actually bros in real life. We are presented by the Uldawa Club. We are very thankful for them. I got to eat dinner over there tonight. It was delicious. Looking forward to being there tomorrow. I'm going to play 9 holes of golf tomorrow afternoon. So if you're there, which apparently a whole bunch of people are based on the tee time reservation thing, but if you're there, if you see me, say hi. Looking forward to being there. Rustin, we got a little bit of a busy weekend this weekend, but before we talk about that, we got to talk about Tennessee baseball winning their midweek game against Queens College. And I'm going to ask you something that I didn't even tell you I was going to ask you, but I think the biggest thing of that night is what Tony Vitello said after the game. A lot of times people are like, "How do you affect change in the game and stuff like that?" Tony Vitello affected change with one word after that game. He was
Yeah,
asked about, I think it was when he was talking about Blake Grimmer. I think that was what led to it. But he was talking about
yeah,
how he wished he could get him in the game more. But unfortunately, he said, because of the run rule, we've lost over 2 games already this season of actual game time. And he's like, those are innings that we could have used to get more people in the games. And so he praised Queens for not accepting the run rule before the game, because both coaches before the game have to, you know, essentially agree to not do the run rule, that they're going to play all 9 innings. And Queens coach did that. And Tony appreciated that. And so the very next question that was asked to him was, will that impact how you schedule teams in the future? And his exact word, one word, absolutely. So talk about affecting change. That was probably the most powerful one word he had all night long, because now teams know we can't just show up, get a paycheck, get run rule, and leave. If we want to play them, we have to know going into it that we're going to agree to a 9 inning game. What do you think about those comments from Tony? Do you think that was a wise move from him to help make that happen, or what do you think about the game in general too?
I mean, it's what you expect from midweek. It was, good on Queens for playing all 9. That is a big deal. Tennessee got 15 position players in and 10 pitchers in. Anytime you can play 25 games or 25 guys in a midweek game, that's a good night. Um, you know, the mid majors view the midweek games as an opportunity. If they jump out early, they view it as an opportunity to put themselves on the map. The Power Fives view midweek games as developmental. It's just an opportunity to get a bunch of guys reps that you wouldn't normally get reps for. It's an opportunity to put 10 pitchers. It's an opportunity to put some of your relievers out there and put them in situations and see how they respond. Which is why Tony hates run rule games. It limits their ability to create situations for guys to prove whether they can perform or not. Blake Grimmer, man, I mean, I think I saw a stat. He's had 10 hits this year, and 3 of them are home runs. Um,
That's a pretty good percentage.
you know, and I think he's batting. It's something absurd. I was pulling it up here as you were talking. Um, yeah, he's hitting 500. He's 10 for 20 with 3 home runs. Like at some point, you have to start trying to figure out, okay, where can this guy fit in? Because every time they get him in that bat, he performs. Um, so at some point you've got to find a way to get him in the lineup. Um, I know, I'm sorry, I read that wrong. He's 5 for 10. 3 of his 5 hits are home runs. Um, so when you got a guy that's producing at that level, like, I mean, I hate to say it, but you hate to lose Ariel Antigua's defensive capabilities, but Antigua's hitting 267. At some point you got to go, okay, we're going to give Blake Grimmer a shot here. Next year he's probably going to start at third or first. He's their third string shortstop. Who knows? He may even start at second next year, but they've got some flexibility with him. He's an all around good infielder. he'll definitely be in the everyday lineup next year. But I mean, if the guy just keeps hitting bombs, like at some point you got to give him a shot in a bigger game. Um, yeah,
Well, you made
I don't know
another
how you
good
keep him
point
out of the
there.
lineup.
You made another good point when you were talking about pitching, and Tony made that point too. He said, that's over 2 games worth of innings that we've lost. He's like, that's an opportunity for maybe to get 18 pitchers an inning on the mound.
Mm-hmm.
He said, a baseball game is 9 innings. So I thought it was a genius move by him to say that it would impact scheduling. And whoever asked him that question, thank you for asking him. Because it was a genius move for him to let the nation know, like, hey, you want us to schedule you for a midweek game? The understanding is we're going to play 9 innings.
Well,
And
and even more importantly, for these mid majors, those are money games. Like they
right,
get paid to come play that game.
exactly,
So if you get paid to play and you don't agree to a 9 inning game when you get there, you just got paid for 2/3 of the work.
yeah,
So
exactly,
that's the other message he's sending is we're not going to pay for 7 innings. Like if you're coming, you come play 9, and that's all we're paying for.
yep, absolutely. All righty, let's look at some of the comments that have come through so far. Let's see. Here we go. Mina Lackey's with us. Welcome, Mina Lackey. Good to have you. She said, evening all. I feel like David Bowie and the man who fell to earth. Let's see. She said, go Vols. Mississippi Vol, welcome, buddy. He said, good evening, guys. Rhonda, welcome. Good evening. She said, hello, everyone. Happy Friday Eve, Vol Bros and chat family. Let's see. Mississippi Vol said, hit the like, subscribe, and share button. Always fantastic advice. Jonathan said, good evening, Evan and Rustin. I can't wait for tomorrow and Saturday. Totally agree. We're about to talk about that. Let's see. Herb said, the only reason to have a run rule is if impacting weather's coming in that may affect the game. Yeah, that's a fair point. Let's see. Jonathan said, I get both sides of the run rule argument. I think conference play is fine to have a run rule, but the midweek games, I'd like to see more 9 inning games. Jonathan, we're glad you're with us. Sam said, welcome, Sam. He said, the grim comes at the end. Let's see. Vols Titan said, Vitello has a good problem, but also tough to figure out chemistry within the lineup. Season is still young, though. They certainly have enough people to roll out whoever they want. That's for sure. Like he said, so has the NCAA ever made an ejected coach write an apology letter to the opposing coach? I don't think so. Not until this week. So there was a letter that was floating around Twitter today from Rob Vaughn to the University of Tennessee, apologizing for his actions in the game last Saturday.
That wasn't fake.
I don't know. I don't know if it was fake or not, but it is out there, whatever it is. Speaking of tomorrow, the Tennessee Basketballs, the men's team, take the court at 7:39 p.m., not 7:40 and not 7:30, 7:39. So don't even go thinking that it's 7:40, people. That cracks me up. 7:39 p.m. That's when they're supposed to tip off, and they will tip off at that time because they're the first game in the gym that night. The late game is after them. They won't tip off till after 10 o'clock. So the men's team will tip off at 7:39 p.m. Big news today, probably the biggest news today for the men's team. Rick Barnes squelched any rumors that he would be retiring, and he did announce that he is 100% planning on being a part of the team next year. How big of a deal do you think that is, Rustin?
I'm sorry, you broke up. Say that again.
How big of a deal do you think it is that Rick Barnes announced that he will be back next year?
Well, not only did he announce he'll be back, he announced he's already got a commitment in the portal. So they're clearly actively recruiting for next year. They're preparing for the Elite Eight, but they're also actively recruiting for for the next roster. So, I think he squelched all rumors as soon as he made that statement. I mean, you're not. It's one thing to say you plan to come back. It's a whole nother thing to say you've already signed somebody out of the portal. Like, that's very definitive.
Absolutely. So I'm going to put you on the spot for tomorrow. I'm going to give my prediction too. What do you think is the final score tomorrow between Kentucky and Tennessee? And everybody can let us know in the comments what you think it'll be too.
Mm,
You want to hear mine?
sure.
I'm going to get very specific because I like to do that sometimes, especially in football. But I'm going to get real specific with this basketball prediction too. At least one overtime. I'm hoping no more than one overtime. Because if it goes more than one overtime, we're going to have at least one or two dudes fouling out. And we're so thin. And that scares me. If we're that, we have hardly any depth at all. And so if it goes double overtime, I don't like our chances at all. But I think it goes at least in one overtime, and we win in overtime with a final score of 89-88. It's going to be that close. What's your prediction?
I'm still looking at some things. So the last time I looked, Ken Palm had us winning by 3, and I think it was 75-72. I tend to trust their analytics. Vegas has us winning by 4.5. I'll go with Ken Palm. I think 75-72 makes sense. I think it'll be a one possession game. So I think their analytics are really good. They're typically pretty spot on. So I'll go with their numbers.
Mr. Osborne, second evening, Vol Bros and fellow chat members. Go Vols, go Lady Vols. Everything's cool. Absolutely. Jonathan said, I don't know where and how Tony could get Grimmer more at bats, but he's earned more at bats. I think you're exactly right. And I think that is the major dilemma. You got these guys that are just straight up good players, and they're so deep that they can't get them all in the field. It's a great point. Let's see here. Like you said, did you see some of the questions that were asked to the players? Nothing about awards or records broken. It was more just Zakai, you're short. I didn't see that. Maybe I'm glad I didn't.
That letter's not real. That Rob Vaughn letter, that's not real.
He said 86-77 is her prediction.
So Ken Palm actually changed their prediction. They've now got it 76-71. So apparently when Vegas adjusted theirs to 4.5, Ken Palm adjusted theirs to a Tennessee win by 5.
Huh. John said, I wonder if Barnes saying that today means he thinks Zakai and Meshack will get the 5th year. I think we win by 5 tomorrow night. I'm not sure on score. Let's see. Rhonda said, for my point total to happen, 89-88, she said, we're going to be hotter than a cat on a hot tin roof. Yeah. So I'm saying at least one overtime. That's how we end up with 89 points. I'd say it's like mid to high 70s in regulation. Carl says, as long as
Alabama is currently beating the fool out of BYU.
Yeah. Carl says, hey, it's good to see you, Carl. He says, as long as the Vols win by half a point, he's good. Sanders, welcome, Sanders. Good to see you. She said, I really feel like if our ladies beat Texas, we can beat TCU or Notre Dame to get to the Final Four. 100% agree.
Mm-hmm.
They certainly can beat anybody in their region. I just hope they do it. They just got to put it all together like they have been the last 2 games. Austin, man, hey, I prayed for you the other day. I hope you're doing well. He said, wow, it's Thursday. I'm still in the hospital. Lost track of my days. What a great surprise. Hello, fellas. Man, I'm so sorry you're still in the hospital. Hope you're okay, man. I did pray for you the other day. I hope you got good news. Let's see. Carl said, how do we out rebound the Cats? Well, Carl, I'm going to put it this way to you, buddy. I hope we have an opportunity to out rebound them, because if that's the case, then they're missing shots. And that was the problem the first 2 times we played them. They couldn't miss. And so I'm hoping that we have a chance to out rebound them.
Yeah.
Mississippi Vol said right in line with his thing, and he's thinking 79-74. Like he said, she's praying for you, Austin. Rhonda said, get feeling better, Austin. So I'm saying 1 overtime, Tennessee wins 89-88. Rustin's saying win in regulation. And what's your score?
I'll stick with what I said. I'll say 75-72.
All right, so those are our predictions for tomorrow. There is another game that is happening this weekend, at least one more Lady Vols game. They are playing Texas on a neutral site. Now, I'll invite everybody to remember the last time they played Texas this season, it was at Texas. Kim Caldwell was not there because she was in the hospital giving birth. And they almost beat Texas at Texas. Like, you could make a strong case that they should have won the game. So you got to like their chances on a neutral site with Kim Caldwell on the sideline. You got to like their chances.
It's actually more of a favor to Tennessee because Birmingham's just 3.5, 4 hours from Knoxville. It's a lot longer than that to Texas.
That's a great point. Austin said he should be out tomorrow or Saturday. He's good. I'm glad, man. I'm glad. He said 76-70 Vols tomorrow. I'm glad you're going to be out soon. So, Rustin, I'm going to do the same thing that I asked you for the men's game. If you had to predict, and I'll give mine first, if you had to predict a score for the Lady Vols, and this, in my opinion, is much more difficult because who knows? Like, they could come out and score 100 points in a game. They could come out and score 70 points in a game. So this one is really tough, in my opinion. But I'm going to say, based on what we saw last time they played, based on who we're going to have on the sideline this time with Kim Caldwell, and based on the fact that it's in a neutral site, I'm picking the Lady Vols to upset Texas. I'm going to pick them 82. Nope, it has to be more than that for them to win. Goodness. I'm going to say 86-83. 86-83. No, I don't think Texas can score that much. 86-80. I'll say 86-80. Lady Vols win. What do you think?
85-71.
Whoa. Who wins?
Tennessee.
Whoa.
I don't think Texas can break 75. I don't think they have the athletes or the shooters. We're going to turn it into
71.
We're going to turn it into a track meet, and their 2 big girls are going to be begging to quit the game by the end of the third quarter.
Well, I hope you're right. That'd be awesome.
If you look at that game in Austin, that's really what kind of happened there when they really turned it on and made that game tight. It was when they started running the 2 bigs out of the gym, and I think they're going to learn from that. And again, it's not in Austin this time. It's a neutral site. Texas shoots decently in their gym. They don't really shoot that well anywhere else. So I think it'll be close at the half. It might even be close at the end of the third quarter. But I think the cumulative effect of sprinting them up and down the floor for 4 quarters will wear those 2 bigs out, and we'll pull away late.
Mr. Osborne says he predicts the Vols to beat Kentucky 77-72. He's asked about the photo as a I don't know if it's photoshopped or not.
There's no way it's real.
Let's see. Like he said, Dalton Connect rolled out the red carpet for us. I love him. Absolutely. That was really cool. And unfortunately, Carl's right. He didn't give him any minutes at all, which really stinks. Let's see. Rhonda was pumped up by your score prediction of 85-71. She says she loves that. I love it too. I hope you're right. I think it's going to be a close game, though. Jonathan said, I say Lady Vols win 88-82. So I said 86-80. He's saying 88-82. Let's see here. Eric, welcome, buddy. Good to have you. He said, go Big Orange, Vols Athletics. Dester said he agrees with you. So Dester's predicting a big Lady Vols win as well. Eric said he thinks both men and women win this weekend. Let's see. Austin said the real Austin is going to be ecstatic if the real UT wins 85-71. I like that. That's good. Rebel Jew, welcome, buddy. Good to see you. He said, how y'all been? Feels good to be back down south in Tennessee. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome back, buddy. Welcome back. So just to recap, I'm saying the men win 89-88 in overtime, and the ladies are going to win 86-80. You're saying the men win in regulation 75-72, and the ladies win in regulation 85-71. Man, yep. I hope they win by 14. That would be wonderful. Carl said his score prediction for the men, Vols win 74-71. Wait, Carl, are you saying are you predicting them 2 wins, or is one of those a loss? And he's a score for the ladies is 77-76. Oh wait, we'll see what Carl says. While we're waiting on that, if you're looking at my hat and you're thinking, man, that's a cool hat. It's got Tony Vitello's number in the middle of a goat. Yep, you'd be right. That's exactly what it is. And you can have one of these awesome hats simply by going to thevolbros.com/shop. And I will, we got smoky gray and we got dark mode. I'm wearing the dark mode. I will put a link to this in the comments right now. And so if you're watching on Facebook or the YouTubes, I just put that link in the comment. It is a Richardson 112 hat. Carl said he's got the smoky gray. That's what I'm talking about. That's what I'm talking about, Carl. They look awesome. I love them. Absolutely love them. So strongly recommend you check that out. Let's see. Mr. Osborne said he thinks Lady Vols win 81-75.
I'm just going to put this out there. Over the last month, Texas' highest scoring game is 72, and that was against a very bad Florida team. And over that month, they're averaging about 65 points a game.
There you go. So you're probably right. Carl said he thinks it's 2 wins. So the men win 74-71, women win 77-76. I'd love it. I'd love it. Rebel Juice said he got a house in Lake County. That's what I'm talking about. Welcome back to Tennessee, buddy. Eric said those 22 GOAT Tony V hats look amazing. I'll be buying 2 as soon as I have extra money. I appreciate that very much. We love them. And honestly, really the best way, other than like sharing our show with people and subscribing and sharing it, purchasing stuff from our shop really is probably the best way to support the show. We appreciate all the support we can get, for real. Let's see. Like he said, beautiful area. Still a neighbor, absolutely. So Carl's predicting a very close game. I like that. That's what I'm talking about. So games going on right now. Bama's winning. They're going to win the game. Florida is up about halfway, I think, through the second half. After this, you've got Arkansas going up against oh goodness, who are they playing? I can't remember.
After this?
Yeah, they play tonight. Arkansas plays
Ole Miss has Michigan State.
Texas Tech. That's who it is. Thank you, Mina Lackey.
Yeah, that's right. The late game. Yeah, I forgot about that one.
Yeah, Sanderson, Mina Lackey both gave us the answer. Appreciate that very much. Carl said, have the Vol Bros coffee mug, self-cleaning. Yeah, that's right. It's a really good coffee mug. We got to get a coffee mug on our new site. We got to do that.
Bama's about to win by 20. Florida's actually up 18 and pulling away.
When Mark Sears hits 7 threes and it's only 24 minutes into a 40-minute game, that's a pretty good night. It's a pretty good night. Rhonda said, well, all these games at the same time, back and forth. Yep. Yeah, I wish they would space it out instead of having 4 games, all of which start after 7 o'clock Eastern time. I wish they would space it out a little bit more. Herb said the only upset he sees tonight is Arkansas over Texas Tech. I agree with you, Herb. I think they're going to do it too.
Well, I read that ticker wrong. Ole Miss, Michigan State's tomorrow night. Duke, Arizona is the other game tonight.
Yep. Carl said in the bottom of the 4th, Mississippi State is currently beating LSU 5-2.
Yeah.
Eric said Tennessee and Kentucky, they're 2 only SEC teams playing each other in the NCAA tournament until the Final Four. And obviously there was some storyline seeding on purpose involved with that. So we got, the men's playing tomorrow. The women play Saturday afternoon at 3:30 on ABC. So the men play tomorrow night at 7:39. I believe it's on TBS. And then the women play Saturday, 3:30 on ABC. And the base Vols are going to be at Columbia, South Carolina. They have a 3-game series starting tomorrow with South Carolina. We do appreciate everybody joining us. Let's see. Sanders said, hey, guys, have y'all realized that if the Lady Vols win tomorrow, Kim would have made it farther than the tournament than Kelly did in her 5 years here?
Yep.
That's a good point. That's a good point. Absolutely.
Maryland's playing like a team that found out online last night that their coach is leaving.
Oh, wait, because they did. Yeah. We found out online today our coach is staying.
No, at least he had the decency to say so publicly.
Yeah, exactly.
Kevin Willard skipped the team meal last night to go have a meeting with Villanova. I mean, what on earth?
That's a little shady. Herb said Sunday game is on SEC Network. Hey, that's good to know right there. Thank you, Herb. I didn't know that. I'm glad you said that. So we
I was hoping it would be on Flow Sports.
Or what's that other one that started with a B that the Lady Vols were on?
TV.
Baller TV. That's what it was. Yeah. That's what it was. And it was the one stationary camera sitting in the top of the bleachers.
Yeah. With the announcers on telephones trying to talk through their Nokia flip phone into the TV.
It was high quality production.
Yeah. My favorite was the one time they went down the court and the camera didn't turn with them. And so the camera was watching an empty half court while the team was playing on the other end.
The college intern that they had running the camera forgot a second. They're scrolling Instagram. They forgot.
Sometimes those tripods don't turn the way they should.
Yeah, that's right. Hey, Carl, you the man. Thank you. He said for the swear jar in advance of officiating. That's fair. We appreciate that, Carl. Thank you so much, dude. Thank you. You're the man. Jonathan said game changer is also an option for the baseball game. Yeah, SEC Network, college baseball, ESPN has to love Tennessee baseball because they make the SEC Network Plus and the ESPN app. They make some money off that for sure because all the ads that they get to run. So you know that they got to like that.
I can't
Elijah.
believe I can't believe college baseball teams are posting their games on Game Changer. This is the same product that 9-year-old travel teams use with some dad's iPhone strapped to the fence. That's just unbelievable.
Elijah, good to see you, buddy. We're glad you're with us. Austin said that Alabama Duke matchup will be a must watch. Yeah, you're right. Exactly. Eric said, "You're right, Evan. Coach Barnes made it clear today in his presser he wasn't planning on retiring this season. He mentioned the guy committing and him being a part of it next season, which is great. I'm glad. Absolutely. Totally agree, man. I will love to have that man around the program anytime because as long as he's there, it is going to be a top-notch, first-class program run with class from just a generally awesome guy. And so gotta love having Rick Barnes there.
I also love that he kind of hinted that they were about to be real aggressive in the portal, which was a subtle way of letting that guys that are out there know that if they're considering the portal, that Tennessee will be very active.
Yeah. Dester made a good point. He said, I think the ladies run the Buckeyes so much they couldn't hang. Same thing happens with Texas on Saturday. Yeah, that's fair. I mean, that's their game plan, right? Like that's what they try to do every game. Yep. Well, we appreciate everybody so much. We hope everybody has a great couple days. We will be live again Sunday night. It is my hope. It is my hope that Sunday night we're celebrating one team. 5 total wins. Yes. 3 baseball wins, 6 total wins. Because if the men play tomorrow, there's a chance that they should be done playing by the time we go live. But they actually, if they may end up be playing the same time we're live. We'll have to see about that. What they do as far as like scheduling. But hopefully, not only are we celebrating a men's trip to the Final Four Sunday night, hopefully we're also previewing a Lady Vols Elite Eight matchup. Because if they win Saturday, they play in the Elite Eight on Monday. And so hopefully we're talking about how the base Vols swept South Carolina, which legitimately could happen.
It should happen. Clemson swept them.
I agree totally. So, that should be the case. And then hopefully we're talking about the men going to the Elite Eight, the Final Four, and the ladies going to the Elite Eight. That's what I'm hoping we're talking about on Sunday. I had some couple good comments come through here. Jonathan said, I guess since Barnes announced he's coming back, we'll just have to win back-to-back natties. That sounds good to me. Let's see. Eric said, you're right, Evan. As long as Coach Barnes is coach, it'll be run with class. And us as Vol fans are not the only ones that notice it. Every SEC opposing coach says the same thing. You're exactly right. Yes. How can anybody not be a fan of Rick Barnes and what he's done? Sam said, you guys ought to try to get Mike Keith on the podcast. Dude, I would love that. I would love that. Maybe I'm going to try to do that, actually. That's a really good idea. He just started a new show today, actually. It was the first episode released called The Mike Keith Show. So I would love to have him on here. That would be amazing. So we'll try to do that.
Alabama is now 26 of 52 from 3.
That's crazy. That is crazy. So Herb thinks they're gonna sweep this weekend. Let's see.
I doubt we'll be talking about Lady Vol softball on Sunday. They go to Oklahoma. So
it's
going to be a rough weekend for them.
Yeah, absolutely. Austin said, good evening, fellas. Let's celebrate Sunday. Absolutely, buddy. Hope you keep feeling better. Hope you get out tomorrow. I'll pray for you again, buddy. Sanders said, who would y'all rather have on the team, Tania Latson or Cody McMahon? Neither. I don't know. I trust Kim to pick players that she knows that she can coach. Let's see. Carl said Chris Lofton claims eligibility to regain 3-point title. Eric said he listened to the Mike. I ain't got to listen to it yet, so I'm excited to go listen to that. Eric said it was great. I'm looking forward to that. John said, "Good night, Vol Bros," in chat. If you get Mike Keith on here, it'll be the highest viewership ever. I agree. Actually, yeah. I like to say, keep McMahon as far away from the program as possible. She did not do herself any favors by publicly cussing out her coach while walking through the handshake line after a game on the court. Probably not a good idea on her part. Rhonda said, "What about Cart Cam?" That's a good question. So we were supposed to record a huge episode of that. It was 4 of us, me and Rustin and Rob and Tom, last Wednesday, but I got a stomach virus. So we're going to do it next Wednesday now. And so that'll be fun. That'll be good. I'm probably going to ask Chris Dortch if he'll come out as soon as the basketball season's over, because he's probably like at Indianapolis this week, and he'll probably be at the Final Four. And so I'm going to try to get him to come out and do a cart cam with me, because he was my golf coach in high school too. So that'll be a fun episode. Eric said, "Good night, Vol Bros. Go Big Orange, Lady Vols." Absolutely. And yeah, we got to get Sadie on there too. We hope everybody has a great evening. Thank you all so much for joining us. We love this, man. It's so much fun talking to all y'all. Rustin, thank you again for joining us. He's in his last night in Orlando. He gets to come back home to East Tennessee tomorrow, so we're excited to have him back. Let's see. Carl said, "Evan and Rustin 8 bigger than Mike. What's his face?" I don't know. I'm lost on that one, dude. You got me on that one. I don't know. But Rustin, thank you for taking time, joining us from the hotel room there on the trip. We appreciate you. Rhonda said, "Safe trip, Rustin." Appreciate that, Rhonda. Jonathan asked if you're bringing the curtain home with you.
That would be theft, number 1. Number 2, no.
You don't think Amy would like that in y'all, that pattern in y'all's house?
I mean, it looks like our dog threw up on something, but other than that,
Sam said, "Good night, Vol Bros. Go Big Orange." Absolutely, buddy. Go Big Orange, man. We really do love y'all, man. This is so much fun. We hope that y'all have a great, great evening. Big day tomorrow. Huge day again on Saturday. Man, what a time to be a Vols fan. What a time to be a Vols fan. Rhonda said, "Night, everybody. Great show." Dester said, "Great show." Appreciate that, Dester. Rhonda said, "Go Vols." Absolutely. We hope y'all have a great evening. Carl said it would be repurposing.
Nice. The only thing this needs to be repurposed as is a trash can liner.
Well, I hope you have a safe trip back tomorrow. I'm sure I'll see you tomorrow at some point. Like you said, thanks, y'all. Go Big Orange. Hey, love you too, Carl. He said, "Love you, Evan and Rustin. We appreciate you, man. We always love it when you join us. You're the man." We hope everybody has a great, great evening. Go Vols, baby. And I'm going to play the basketball outro for obvious reasons. And so we'll see everybody Sunday night. Elijah, I hope you see you Sunday night too, man. We hope everybody has a great evening. Go Vols, and we'll see you very, very soon.